we are clan, the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones too late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to co-sign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is blissful, we can turn it to intelligence. Please none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Voice TV. Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money, get the power, never be fake. Go figure, get the figures, let's make about 8. When worst come to worst, my peoples come first. I was hardly making jokes before I'd written the verse. Kept my mind straight, no hate. Work with my ambition. Invested in my ideas when nobody would listen. They told me I couldn't do it, so they think I could buy it. But they ain't even trying, ain't no need to deny it. Black continuity, a hustle and grind. People been fighting centuries for lives like mine. Trying to look to a higher power, but what I didn't see is the seed of success lies deeper than me. Black Wall Street, gotta get the ground beneath my own feet. Gotta be the sole controller, march to my own beat.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And of course, you guys know the topic of the day, the big topic of the day, the thing that everybody's talking about right now is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was just killed today in the helicopter crash. He and his daughter, Gianna, Gigi, and I know a Gigi, my manager's daughter's name is Gigi, were killed today. And it's been kind of terrible to watch. Give me a yes or no if you have been following this. You know, this ongoing development is very, very sad to watch. Now, when something like this goes down and pops off, you know, if you're black, you're always looking for the black story in all of it, right? Black man dies. You know, he's had controversy in his life. So I was waiting for 2 things. I was waiting for racist white people to start acting white. And I was waiting for the feminists to come in and say something stupid about Kobe's situation back in 2003. And of course, both of them were delivered right on time. Both of them came in exactly as I expected. MSNBC, did y'all see MSNBC? And this reporter, Allison something, I have to dig up her name, but this reporter gets on MSNBC and literally calls Kobe the N-word, like on MSNBC. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this. It was on I mean, it wasn't on like, you know, somebody's YouTube channel or some little small, you know, media outlet that nobody's heard about. It was on MSNBC. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, somebody sent it to me and I didn't look to see what the outlet was because I just assumed it was some outlet that wasn't actually run by professionals. I thought it was just somebody, you know, some white supremacist or whatever out there, you know, running them out. Allison Morris, that's the person's name. Thank you very much. Because I'm about to Google her ass. I'm sitting there thinking, and did y'all see it? Did y'all see the video? And so I watched the video a couple of times. I put it up on my Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins if you want to see it. I'm not going to play it here because I just don't want to play it here. But I just don't want to play it. I'll just say that I just don't want to play it for whatever reason. But I'm looking here, and you know, and I'm looking her up on Twitter, and she's trending on Twitter, and you know, I'm trying to figure out who she is. Now I'm seeing that she may have issued a statement. Here we go. Oh Lord, this poor white lady about to have a aneurysm up in this mug because the stress on her. So she has already responded with a statement 2 minutes ago. Here's what Allison Morris, the lady who for whatever reason may call it a Freudian slip. Anybody ever heard of a Freudian slip? You know what a Freudian slip is? A Freudian slip is, for those who don't know, it's when you say what you're thinking or what's in your subconscious mind, but you didn't actually want to say it. So let's say I'm thinking about pizza and and we're about to go eat fish, and I say, okay, when are we going to go eat the pizza? I mean the fish, right? A Freudian slip is when you're revealing your true inner state, and you're revealing what you're actually thinking. So she, in the eyes of many, threw out a major Freudian slip. I doubt if she planned to say that on MSNBC, but then again, though, you never know. Maybe she's just stupid like that. But here's what she says. She says, earlier today, while reporting on the tragic news of Kobe Bryant's passing, I unfortunately stuttered on air, combining the names of the Knicks and the Lakers to say Nakers. Please know that I would not and never use a racist term. I apologize for the confusion this caused. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys, I'd like to call a meeting of the council of Black people. So I'd like to call a meeting, sorry guys, I'd like to call a meeting of the Council of Intelligent Black People, and I'd like to ask you guys a question. I knocked my microphone out, so give me 1 second. Let me see if I can fix this. Ah, shoot, I'm just dropping everything everywhere today. Look at me, this is pathetic. So I'd like to ask you guys, what do you think? Or do you not believe she is giving you the truth, or do you think she's giving you a bunch of BS? So answer that question for me. So that's the question for today. I want to ask you guys, do you believe what Allison Morris just said just said in terms of why she made that slip up on MSNBC, she said the word nakers. I hate to say it, but nakers, I didn't hear the word nakers. I didn't hear the word nakers I didn't hear that. I heard the other word. It didn't sound like nakers. So, and I don't know, why would you be mixing the words of the Knicks and the Lakers together anyway? Did Kobe play for the Knicks? Somebody that knows basketball, answer that question for me. Yes or no? Did Kobe Bryant ever play for the Knicks? Give me a yes or no. I'm shutting this door because there's noise outside. Yes or no? Did Kobe Bryant ever play basketball for the New York Knicks? Does anybody recall any point in his career? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a fact I'm not aware of. Last I checked, Kobe Bryant was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets and went and got traded to the Lakers, where he played for the next 20 years until retirement. So this idea, I'm sorry, Ms. Morris, but you're going to have to do a little bit better than that. So we're going to, instead of believing your bullshit explanation, we're going to go back to the default explanation, which is that you're a racist white person and your racism got revealed on air in front of everybody, because that word was not nakers. And there's no reason that the word Knicks would even be in the conversation, because this story had nothing to do with the New York Knicks. Seriously. So I will say that MSNBC themselves as a network, obviously, number one, she needs to be fired, right? So I hope we can at least agree on that. Okay, it's, again, the Council of Intelligent Black People is called to order. I vote that we fire her raggedy ass tomorrow. All in favor, say aye. And say aye, that her career should be over. She should be canceled. She does not need to be on TV anymore. Say aye if you agree. Okay, second resolution is this. I believe that MSNBC themselves needs to stop bullshitting the American public and address this. I know that they want to act like it didn't happen. They want to act like you didn't hear it. They want to act like wasn't nobody watching. They want to act like they can just keep going. They want to act like it ain't a big deal. They want to act like there's nothing to see here. But everybody saw it. Like instantly, the minute it happened, my manager forwarded me the video and I said, oh my God. I had to watch it 2 or 3. Did anybody else have to like watch it over and over to say like, did this really just happen? And then I really thought that it was local news. I mean, this lady's on MSNBC, Allison Morris, that's her name for those of y'all who just came in. Allison Morris is her name. And she's talking about Kobe Bryant. And she says, she throws in the N-word like in the middle of the conversation. And she wasn't, I'm not going to play the clip because I don't want to play the clip on YouTube. They get funny about language or whatever, right? But literally, it's like somebody talking about cottage cheese and you bring up the word football. Like it had nothing to do with the conversation. And then so she comes out with this bullshit apology on Twitter, claiming that she was mixing the words Knicks and Lakers. And again,
the story had nothing to do with the New York Knicks at all. The word Knicks, there's nothing in her transcript of what she was supposed to read on the air that says, "Oh, don't forget to mention the Knicks." Really? Like really? Like that's the best you? I thought she was going to come out with something a little bit better. Now I'm actually kind of surprised. I think people are calling her on her BS. Let me see here. Okay, so I'm looking at the responses here from people's reactions. I'm gonna tell you, the internet is a place of consistent comedy, in case you haven't noticed that yet. Also, consistent displays of mental illness. So here's what people are saying. Sue Walker says, "Girl, bye." Coco Puff says, "That's not what you said. Love, that's not what you said, love. We all heard you say it live." Let's keep going. There was no K in what you said. There were only 2 G's and a hard R. I'm gonna hit the like button on that because you're right. It wasn't no knackers nowhere. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing to keep from crying, in case you're wondering. So Allison Morris, who said the N-word about Kobe Bryant and his family on the air, is being held up in public and having her career ruined as we speak. She probably needs to go to dental school or something, because you're never going to get a job as a journalist now with Freudian slips like that coming out of your ass. Like, seriously, like that's not, you're just not, I would never hire you at this point. So somebody says, "That's not what you said, and we heard you loud and clear." Let's see, "You called them Knicks earlier in the broadcast. People's emotions are raw and they're angry and projecting it on you, unfortunately." Okay, you called them Knicks. I just don't know. Yeah, I listened. Hold on. I listened to the clip several times and you said the N-word with a hard G. So we don't believe you. So somebody said, "Why are you lying?" This person just throws up a picture of Stephen A. Smith looking kind of like, "I don't believe you." "Nah, you said the whole thing. Own up to it," says this random white person. "That's not what you said at all. It's very clear." Nakers, "Nah, girl, I heard a G in there. Quit lying." What you said is actually what I heard. Again, what I heard. People are entitled to believe their own ears as well, but you definitely stuttered. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't stutter? You just let your white supremacy out in front of the whole world on the biggest story on the planet. Who wouldn't stutter? And I just think it's fascinating. I mean, just what was wrong with this lady? Like, what the hell? Like, that's like almost like Tourette syndrome or something. Like that's kind of messed up. So get LeBron to co-sign on her termination. I don't know if LeBron's going to really take the time for stuff like this. And honestly, I always tell y'all that, I don't think we should be too concerned about what white folks think about us. I'm just a pessimist. I just assume that the majority of them don't respect us as a community, in terms of how we are presented to the world. But what I will say, though, is that MSNBC, though, has an accountability, because MSNBC makes a lot of money off Black people. MSNBC makes a lot of wealth, building up Democratic Party candidates and getting Black people to vote for them. MSNBC has, they, every time there's a Black person that runs for president or for a major office, they'll get their low cast of Negro commentators that they'll hire just for the, like it's summer jobs, right? It's not like a real career or anything they're going to offer you, but they're going to give you a summer job like they did with Melissa Harris Perry and Al Sharpton, so they can fire up the Black vote. So I think MSNBC needs to clear this up. And the first way they can clear it up, if I were them, first thing I'd do is I would announce that she's been fired. And I would also acknowledge the truth. The truth is that for whatever reason, you don't know what her background is. We can't say if she's for sure racist or not, but for whatever reason, she felt the need to use this word on the air. Maybe it was just subconscious. I don't know if you can blame somebody for being a subconscious racist or not, but I'll tell you what, it was ridiculous, and I was actually stunned when she did it. I'm gonna Allison Morris. Let me look her up right quick. I'm gonna see if there's anything about her bio. Let's see if she's her Wikipedia page. Everybody's looking up her shit. Let me see here. Allison Morris, Fox, Wikipedia. In NBC News now hires full-time anchor Allison Morris. She was hired in 2019. This is the same lady who used the N-word talking about Kobe Bryant. I'm gonna show you all the picture. She looks like she might be like a transgender dude or something, right? Just look at that picture. Like, doesn't she look like her name used to be like Ted or something, like, or Andy? Like, she kind of looks like an Andy. Like I don't know. I'm not saying for sure. She just doesn't. It's interesting, right? So there she is. There's Allison Morris. She's the lady that decided that Kobe Bryant was something other than what he is. And so NBC News Now, 5 weeks after the free streaming services launch, has a full-time anchor. So she's the full-time anchor for NBC News Now. So chances are they had her on MSNBC during this big story because they're trying to promote their streaming app. Okay, makes sense, right? You got a big story, like let's throw it out there. Kind of, Dr. Dre did that with Snoop Dogg when he did the song Deep Cover. He had this great rapper in his arsenal named Snoop. He said, okay, we're doing the deep cover thing. Everybody's going to see it. So that'd be a good time to throw Snoop out there. So she's like the Snoop Dogg for MSNBC, and MSNBC's Dr. Dre. So they're sitting back and they're like, okay, we got this app. We got this anchor, named Andy. Allison, that we think is going to be great for the community. So we're going to throw her out there. She kind of looks like a less, I don't know, I wouldn't say less, maybe slightly more attractive version of Rachel Maddow. And like that the husky woman look that tends to go really well on MSNBC. So looks like she's got a great future in front of her. So Allison Morrison was most recently with Fox 5 in New York. Since launching in May 29th, NBC News Now has operated without an anchor with a rotation of various reporters, blah, 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 blah. Morris started Monday on air and is based in New York at Fox 5, which she joined in 2014. She was a business reporter and anchor where she earned an Emmy nomination for her Lap of Luxury series, looking at the world's most exclusive brands. She also has worked for Wall Street Journal Europe as a reporter in Paris, CNBC Europe, and was the evening anchor at Fox's WTIC in Hartford, Connecticut. Now, I'm trying to figure out what's her background. I want to know, where did she come from? Who is she? Why did this particular word? Like, it wasn't like she stuttered and said the word, cottage cheese, like, or stuttered and said, chicken, right? Like there's a billion words you could actually probably come up with other than that one, right? Like, so she stuttered, and that was the one word that came out. Like, that was the specific word that came out, and I just find that quite fascinating because it makes me wonder what she was really thinking. Now, given that she looks like an Andy, and again, like a slightly more attractive version of Rachel Maddow, that probably means that she got a job at MSNBC. That probably means she rolls with the alphabet boys. I'm talking about, the alphabet LGBT, and also the feminist crowd. So given that she rolls with the alphabet boys and girls and the feminist crowd, that makes me wonder if deep down she was experiencing some sort of anger toward Kobe Bryant, like an anger and an irritation that this black man, pay attention now, listen. I believe that deep down on a subconscious level, she was probably experiencing some sort of irritation at the fact that this man, who she probably believed was, had done something bad to a white woman, was being glorified and honored by the world. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just putting 2 + 2 + 2 together and raising it to the third power and giving y'all something a little bit different from what you might get in media. Am I coming completely from outer space, or do you think that's possible? Because MSNBC has a specific agenda. Their agenda is not typically one that aligns with the idea that the Kobe Bryants of the world are good guys. Kobe Bryant, as he mentioned, was a prototypical alpha male. Alpha males are not popular on MSNBC because alpha male, heterosexual males are seen as being synonymous with toxic masculinity, right? So I would almost argue that an alpha black male being celebrated by the world in this particular context, alpha heterosexual male, let me say it again. Alpha black heterosexual male is being honored by the world. Deep down, probably had her in her private quarters having conversations with people that she would probably not have on the air. Now, whether she was using the N-word or not, I don't know. That's why I want to read her bio. I want to figure out, did you come from a place where the N-word was commonly used? Because that could be a sentiment that she has. But I don't think that word came out of nowhere. Because remember, a lot of words, if she's stuttering, like if I stutter, like a lot of words can come out of my mouth, right? I could be like, book. Or I could try to go in and I could try to say some of you, like I could talk about Brandon Cooper and I could say Brandon Poppycock, right? Like there's a lot of words that could come out of my mouth But the fact that that particular word came out of her mouth and everybody heard it, and the word wasn't Nakers, like she said, it wasn't Nakers, as she said. Y'all heard what she said. That tells me that there's something going on deep down that is a little deeper than just, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. So at the bottom line, at the end of the day, MSNBC obviously needs to fire her. I think that's a foregone conclusion. If they're smart, they'll get rid of her. They'll detach themselves and get away from her as far as possible. Because even they were probably just sitting in the booth like, what the fuck just happened? Oh my God. Like think about this. Think about it. In media, they're looking for ratings, right? So they're, there's a part of them, the business side of them is salivating like, oh my God, this is the biggest story of the year. Oh my God, everybody get ready. Carol, get on the camera. Joe, get in front of the, Joe, Sandy, we need you to come in. Get so-and-so, right? They're back there just going crazy because they know for the next week, their ratings are going to shoot through the roof and they have to be ready to compete. So the minute all this starts, one of the first reporters they put on the air literally probably makes one of the biggest on-air blunders maybe in the history of television. Maybe not the greatest in the history of TV. It might be like top 10, top 20. It's going to get remembered because it's not just a blunder. It happened during a critical moment in the history of this network right before an election season. And so if MSNBC if they do not handle this well, if MSNBC tries to blow it off with the okie doke, if MSNBC gets out here and says nothing to see here, folks, it didn't happen. She just said Nakers, and they know they got intelligent Black media out here, where you got myself and Vicky Dillard and Tariq Nasheed and Jason Black and all these other and my boy Phil from the Advice Show. Like you got all these Black folks that are reaching hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people talking about this. You're going to end up looking real stupid around election time. So I think that it's deeper than just she made a mistake. Let's just act like it never happened. I think they have to actually go back and really address it directly. Say, we are so sorry. She's out. There's no excuse. We heard what you heard, and that's what it was. If they go with this bullshit, I mark my word, NBC going to pay a price that's bigger than the price that they want to pay with the Black community. That's just my 2 cents. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, let me get on out of here. I'm about to take my woman out to dinner. You guys have a good night and a good day and everything else. Please hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Make sure you subscribe to drboystv.com, the home for intelligent Black people, if you haven't done that yet. Also, my Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins, so you can follow on the gram, and I'll post and share anything that I find out anywhere along the way. So have a good day, guys. Love you very much, and RIP to Kobe and his family. And I'm sorry that this has already become a circus. You know, it broke my heart when I found out the little girl died. I think that was the thing that probably got me the most. And so God bless him and his family. And God bless you and your family too. Your family matters also. So take care, guys. Love you. I'll see you soon. Be good. Peace.